Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another CounterSide video. Alright, a little bit of a different video right now. So this video is going to be talking about the custom pickup. So what are my top 5 picks in terms of trying to pick a character from this particular list, right? So if you guys are not aware how this works, right here you can see, let me turn off my face cam for a bit, you can see select pickup 3 out of 3. You can select a character of any from this list, right? You can click on view employee probability. So keep in mind, some of you guys might have certain characters that I don't have, or some of you guys might have characters that I do have. All right, so keep in mind, these are my list, not acquired ones, right? As you can see, Lumi, I don't have Dracasia, I don't have certain of these characters. So I've compiled a bunch of lists, hopefully to help some of you guys, maybe newer players or returning players or even existing players, to hopefully try to gauge in terms of trying to tackle contents on PvE. Alright, it's going to be very PvE oriented, PvE focused. In terms of PvP of the game, a lot of these characters that I mentioned also can be used, but PvP is going to be much more difficult to gauge, right? Because a lot of the time, it depends on what you're running. You could be running a soldier team, you could be running a counter team, you could be running, you know, a mech team. So it's hard for me to give you a PvP perspective per se, and also it's also going to be dependent on that week's bans and ups, right? Some weeks have certain higher bans and ups. You can see Rearm Chinatsu is banned like crazy right now, banned 4. Ban 3 for Yumina, right? 9 costs. You almost cannot use all of these characters because they are banned like crazy. They are banned units, they are banned ships, and every single week there's always this different rotation, right? So always keep in mind, PvP is going to be something that's a bit harder to gauge, right? It's harder to universally agree because every week some characters do have an advantage, right? But when it comes to PvE, it's going to be something that we can all have a look at a couple of these things. Now, let's talk about the best characters that I think overall. The first one that I'm going to say that should be a priority for a lot of players. Alright, so this is not something that, you know, I'm going to pretend. She is going to be very, very strong, and she was a counterpass unit back then. And that is a character that I'm going to pull after this. Yeah, Agnes Abigail. She should be your priority regardless of you being a new player, returning player, existing player. If you don't have this character yet, you should consider putting her on this particular list. Number 1 priority. Alright, so she is going to be the number 1 priority. So why is she that sought after? So just imagine this. She's going to be similar to Xiaolin in terms of what she can do, right? In terms of Castro Xiaolin, she has a very, very similar skill, except for she can lower defense. As you can see, she'll basically mark the target, alright? And then you can see reduce their defense by 20%, alright? 20% defense reduction. She can do as much damage as Castro Xiaolin, which is a rearm unit, for her not being a rearm unit, right? Of course, I do think that Castro Xiaolin do have a slight advantage if you have better gears invested in her. She has the ability to reduce defense, so she's going to improve your overall team's damage way more. As you can see, her crit damage is also plus 100%. You know, basic attacks against targets with sacrifice marks reduce her HP by 3%. This is very, very good. She can apply all of this, and you know, she will always crit. As you can see, basic attacks against targets with sacrifice marks deals 20% more damage and are always considered crit. So she will always crit as well, and she will also be able to do all of these attacks. Now, what I also like about her, as you can see, she has 2 passive skills. This is a passive skill, this is a passive skill, and her ultimate is she's a Fury type. So that means, being a Fury type, she relies on attack speed. So she needs to hit 16 times to be able to apply this particular thing. That can permanently increase her attack speed 20% after casting. So that means the longer the battle goes, the stronger she gets. I do think that in a lot of PvE scenario, there's just no reason for you to not consider her as an option at all. Alright, so Agnes should be the priority for every single players out there. Number 1 priority, in my humble opinion. So she is probably the best PvE character right now. Alright, you are probably going to use her in almost every single endgame content. Now the next one is going to be tied between 2 characters, alright, and that is going to be either KC Beans or Alex. Now KC Beans is this character right here, okay, and that's going to be the base version. But what makes KC Beans so strong is because of her rearm version, the rearm KC Beans. Alright, same applies to Alex. Now Alex is going to be a striker, however, right? Alex is a bit different. She's a little bit more nuance in that sense. Let me see if I can find her. Okay, so this is the Alex. She is a 3-cost striker at a non-rearm version. Okay, so but once you rearm her, Alex will be a defender, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why they decided to do it like that. But you only need one of these. You either need rearm KC Beans or you need rearm Alex. You don't need both of it. If you are doing PvE, most of the time having either one is going to help you a ton. Now in my C server, I have rearm Alex. In my global server account, I do have rearm KC Beans, and she's been carrying me a lot ever since. You don't really need both because there's rarely a chance that you will need to use both in a battle, in a PvE scenario. Now in PvP, it does benefit you to have both, obviously, right? Because if one is banned on one week, you can use the other one. Alright, so that's going to be something that you can consider, obviously, and also alongside with Livia Tennis as well. But I do think that these two should be the priority. Alright, either rearm KC Beans or rearm Alex. That should be the priority number 2. So Agnes still number 1. Number 2 priority is either going to be Alex or KC Beans, so that you can get the rearm version. Alright, you got to pull the regular version to get the rearm version. So if you don't have them yet. Now number 3 is going to be YangHarim. So I do think that YangHarim is still a very, very strong character overall. Now the reason why I put YangHarim at number 3 is because there's a chance that you already obtain her, or most of the players already have her. So would I consider her more important than Agnes? Probably in some situation, but I do think that most players that watch this video probably already have played before or have rerolled before or already know that she's really, really strong. She's still going to be the top one. Hopefully, if you don't have her, consider getting her. Like in every single battle, you are most likely going to bring her in. Alright, there's no one scenario that she can't be used at. Alright, you can see she can, decrease enemies' attack speed. She increase your allies' skill haste, she restores skill haste, she can also decrease enemy skill haste, she boosts your allies' attack, she does a lot of things, everything in a single package. Now you can see right next to her, I'm putting Chinatsu. Now Chinatsu is a very strong healer, and the base version is not that impressive. So this is the base version, the regular Chinatsu SSR. You still need the base version to get the rearm Chinatsu. The rearm variation is where she gets really, really strong. Now, regarding rearm Chinatsu, here's the truth about her. While she is really, really strong, I still think that she should be behind YangHarim in terms of priority. The reason why is because the regular version can only heal. Alright, to get a character to rearm, you're gonna need a bunch of resources. Alright, you need to level 110 them, and then you need to be able to reset them all the way to level 1, and then you have to level them up all the way again to level 110. So in that case, for a new player, in most cases, this is going to be a priority. The rearm defenders. Alright, either rearm Alex or rearm KC Beans in PvE scenario. Obviously, if you need a healer, you can use YangHarim or you can use Evelyn, which is a very good SR character. But Chinatsu should be the priority later on, so that you can get her rearm version very, very strong. I still haven't get her for my global version account yet, so definitely that's going to be my plan. I'm currently working on a bunch of other characters, running out of skill books. Alright, that's going to be an issue building characters for sure. Now the last priority, obviously, this is something that I think is going to be dependent on who you don't have yet. Either one of these, Xiaolin, Gaeyun, or Chifuyu. Now, if you don't know how they look like for whatever reason, Xiaolin is going to be a sniper, so she is probably one of the top priorities. Probably the reason why I put them at number 5 is because there's a chance that you already used them selected to get them, right? Xiaolin is this particular character. This is the Kestrel Xiaolin, the rearm version. The regular version, she's going to look like... Wait, did I not have... Yeah, I guess this is how she looks. Wait, this is the Kestrel Xiaolin. The regular version is this one. Okay, I was wondering why can't I find her. So this is how she looks like. Alright, you probably have seen this before in the selector. And then we have Gaeyun, which is also another ranger. I'm going to be honest, while Gaeyun is really, really strong, I rarely use her in PvE. Alright, that's because most of the time these other characters are going to fill up, and I prefer admin rifleman in PvE in terms of damage. So it really depends. Gaeyun is still really, really strong in some situations, but recently she also have gotten her rearm version, right? And again, rearm can be expensive, so that's something that you have to consider as well. So if you have the rearm version, she's also going to be very, very strong. Now the last one is going to be Chifuyu. This I also put at the least priority. The reason why I put Chifuyu last is because she is competing with a lot of other characters. She's still going to be used. She doesn't have a rearm version, So, you know, I put her here because there's a chance that if you're a new player, her role can sort of be swapped with a lot of other characters. For example, Roy Burnett, which is something that's like similar and applies incoming damage taken. And Chifuyu is there to apply defense reduction, right? So their role is similar as a frontline tank debuffer, as you can see, defense minus 20%. So there's a lot of characters that also can do something similar. So that's why I put her at priority number 5. But this is the list that I've made in terms of priority order. So hopefully, you know, I'm going to apply the same thing for myself moving forward. Definitely, if you guys want to use this as a reference, feel free. I do think that Agnes should be a priority. With that being said, this account, global account, still don't have Agnes. We're going to go in, custom pickup. I'm going to click on the select pickup and we're going to pick Agnes Abigail. So let's see if she's right here. So try to filter by characters that you don't have, not in position. So if you don't have them, it's easier to look at this. I already have rearm KC Beans, but they still put a KC Beans right there. So where is Agnes Abigail? As you can see, she is right here. So remember, you can only do one time. So once you confirm, alright, the count for pickup selection will be used upon confirming the target. Okay, so just don't change anything, alright? So you have to make sure you go all in for her. So let's go. Let's see if I got this. I got 296 tickets. So can I one tap Agnes Abigail? I did hear an achievement. Okay, no, it's a false alarm. Okay, so this one has nothing. So let's go in. Let's go all in. Let's blitz through this. Can I get myself an Agnes Abigail? So that is 10 pulls so far. So we're trying to look for the robot. I think a lot of people still don't know how to differentiate the pulls between a regular SSR or no SSR. So let me teach you guys how to look at it. Why is that achievement sound there? So if you see a robot right here, this robot right here, can you see there's a black box robot? That means this is an SSR. Look, bloom. And who shall this be? Who shall this be? Will this be an Agnes Abigail? Let me end this once and for all. Let's see. Just keep in mind that you might get some off rates along the way. Okay, this is a Tarask, YangHarim, and I'm really excited. Okay, who shall this be? No, it's Drakasha. That's Drakasha's shadow. I recognize her. Okay, so we got a Drakasha instead. Satch, that was not it. So we gotta still continue. Let's see. Okay, one more robot. One more robot. You saw that robot? That means one of these is going to be it. Oh man. Yo! First acquisition, Agnes Abigail. Let's go. Okay, so that's how you get lucky. Alright, so that's... So notice the PT reset. So now you can go for a different pickup altogether. So you can select a new one altogether. So yeah, make sure you guys take advantage of the custom pickup. You can pick 3 characters up that you do not own. So take advantage of this, regardless if you're a global server or maybe C server in the future. You know, always take advantage of this one because CounterSide has lots of characters. It's hard to wait for the banners to come back. I do think that this is a good addition to the game overall. With that being said, that's going to be it for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to, you know, have anything else to ask. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.